Episode 4 of Skeleton Crew has just dropped. I don't think this was their best episode. The episode is entitled Can't Say I Remember No at-Atin.
Can't say I remember no at-Atin.
Stop saying that!
I think there are some things about this show that, in this episode in particular, that were still really interesting, that were really compelling. This whole backstory of the worlds, of what's happened, of hearing that there were 9 planets in total, but at-Atin is the only one that wasn't destroyed, yet they happen to land on at-Akron, which we don't know if Kim sent them there on purpose or if it was an accident, or really what happened at all. Because it definitely got the sense at the end of the last episode that Kim was sending them, she thought, to at-Atin in that line, like, you wouldn't believe me if I told you where they went. But they show up on this planet, and it's similar but different. It has all the same things that would make you remember at-Atin, but yet it was different. My initial reaction when I was watching this was like, did they go through some kind of time travel? Are they somehow in the future? Is at-Atin somehow kind of outside of time and space in some kind of crazy way? And that was really interesting until it wasn't really what happened. And I'm not saying that would have even worked very well, but that's the type of stuff I was thinking about while watching this show. And those are the parts that I was most interested in. I don't know about you. I mean, you let me know down in the comments below what from this episode was most interesting to you. And for me, it's finding out the story of these planets. But there's a problem, though, because the planets can't be the thing that really keeps a show going. And out of all the episodes we got, it felt like this was the weakest acted episode. It also had some of maybe plot holes and some of the issues in writing that kind of poked up that I hadn't seen in the previous 3 episodes. And when I start seeing things like that, it really is hard for me to enjoy what I'm looking at when it feels like just not enough time was taken. And again, the runtime of these episodes, 32 minutes. This was the first of the 3 episodes that I thought ended at a place that felt forced, that felt weird, it felt strange. Like, why wouldn't they just keep going a little bit further in the story to show us, or at least tease what might happen next? Now, of course, they've left it open-ended and you're not sure what's going to happen, but kind of the whole thing was a little bit strange at times. Now, there were some really funny moments. There were some really interesting moments. I thought there were also some really cringe moments. I didn't really love the interactions between Neil and the daughter of the chief, or I don't know what her name was, and I don't know what her accent was either. It was really hard to understand, and at times it felt really cheesy. I think they were going for this like French accent, but hers was by far like the thickest out of everyone. Just, it didn't connect. And out of all of the episodes, again, I think this was the one that was least like Star Wars. It didn't really connect. I'm trying to give the show the benefit of the doubt still and say, okay, I understand some people feel this way. I've still been enjoying it. I've been still having fun. So don't take my criticism as crapping all over the show, but I need to be honest. And I didn't love the episode. I kind of liked it, but I didn't love it. Now, I am going to be getting ready here in a little bit before school to sit down with my daughter because she's super excited to watch the next episode. And I think that definitely changes some of my perspective when I can see someone else enjoying it so much. It definitely makes me appreciate different things about the episode that I may not have appreciated before. And that's why I'm going to hold off on like my final full kind of review and criticism of the show until a little bit later. But other than the planet and now SM-33, I think that was the other big reveal of this episode that made it at least watchable in the sense that what's going on with him? Like, what is his backstory? He turns on the kids because of his programming, and we try to see, well, Fern comes up with an idea after showing some of her insecurities, which I thought was important, but still we're missing character development in many different ways that they could have spent a lot more time doing. We got some with Neil this episode, and it feels like we got some with KB last episode. But when you're trying to bring up 4 different characters in these short snippet shows, I really don't think it works very well. And look at something like Stranger Things. The longer run times allowed for more buildup. The longer seasons allowed for more buildup of characters. And honestly, I got done with this episode, and the first thing I thought of was this felt like an episode of Ahsoka, where there were moments, just like in that show, there were moments of things that I really enjoyed, but then there were just whole episodes where they had a little thing here or there, but the majority of the episode was forgettable, was not that interesting. And I'm hoping I enjoy it more, but my fear, my worry is that this episode is more like what the next few episodes are going to be like. And maybe that's why I'm a little bummed and a little down on this episode. Overall, the show is still, I think, good to even great, but this was a downer episode in my opinion, and I want to see how things go in the next one. I definitely have some theories and predictions about what's going to happen next, but I'm going to save all of that for my breakdown video. That'll be coming out sometime this week when I can get to it, hopefully tomorrow. But I just want to put this video out there and let you know what I thought about it. Please let me know what you think about it down in the comments. Would love to hear your thoughts, your theories, your ideas, and all of that. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, do that, because when I drop some of the theory videos, I think you're really going to be interested in what some of those have to say. And we'll see. We'll see if we're right or wrong or whatnot. But I really think that the idea of these planets and what happened with SM-33, I think there's a lot to unpack in those places. And I'm looking forward to breaking down all of that in some upcoming videos. So thanks for being here. Hit that like button. Remember, the Force will be with you always.